Congratulations are in order, Proprietor Solanus, for I understand that the Senate have appointed you to lead the invasion of Samnium. An easy choice.
Hi guys, this is James from CVG and I am here with Alex Dale. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. And we are here to show you our preview of Total War Rome 2. Alex, the footage we're seeing now is footage from the preview version that we got to play recently, right?
That's right. We were lucky enough to be invited out to Rome to have a little go of a prologue, which sort of precedes the events of the main game and just teaches you for all the mechanics, some of the new additions, and just sets you up so you're ready for the game proper.
Yeah, it was about, I think they said it would take about 3 hours to finish this little section before you got into the actual campaign.
Around 2 to 3, yeah. It's a nice gentle introduction, but it's a pretty proper challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this time around, it appears, and they said when we were with them, that they've got a lot more budget this time than with the first game. So how have they used that to make the battles feel more real and sort of ramp up the presentation style?
Well, one thing they've done is we've got much sort of more physical, sort of brutal looking engine. If you look at their skirmishes when you send your troops into battle, you can see sort of like what they're calling the human face. You can see sort of the anguish. You can see them sort of flinch when a knife goes in them. Some of the new units, such as the elephants, you can see them pick people up and throw them around. It just makes it feel like there's actually more of a tussle. One thing I was worried about when I heard about this was that they were going to spend a budget on sort of Hollywood bombast, and but actually, like most of the sort of improvements have made for most of the use of the budget has been on improving the game and making it sort of more tactically varied and a much more diverse game.
And speaking of varied tactics, we can see in this footage here that we've seen some boats coming in and some of the soldiers on the boats getting off immediately to go and fight on the land. So how has the naval combat been overhauled?
Well, this is what they told me anyway. So naval combat was one of the biggest ways to do combat's back in the ancient world. I know a lot of fans wanted the ability to be able to ram into boats and barge them and then disembark and take it over, and that's in there. So it's really battles now take place across sea as much as land, and actually getting access to the waterways is of significant importance and really help you sort of win the battle in the long run.
So they've got more money, which obviously expands to bigger terrains and a larger world map. How does having so much more space affect the way you play?
Well, although Rome's the name on headline, the world map actually stretches from Scotland into Spain down to the Horn of Africa and Afghanistan and Saudi Arabia, and obviously these different terrains. It isn't just a different colour of ground. It affects if you're out in the heat of the desert or if you're on hilly terrain, your troops are going to tire more quickly. They're going to, if things are going against them, they're going to sap morale. One of the ways you can combat that is if you get your leader, you can actually use them to inspire them by keeping them near the action within the radius that it has an effect. Obviously, if you lose that unit, it's pretty much game over. So you have to be careful. It's a real risk v rewards mechanic.
So the preview we did when we saw this game was sort of not only to help newcomers in, but also to give everyone a new feel of the new sort of units that you get in the game. But how easy is it for newcomers to pick up?
Well, I mean, it's not a game for the dabbler. It's extremely expansive. You can go as deep into sort of areas as diplomacy or elsewhere as the possibilities are endless. So you have to be committed to come into it. But there are several things they've done to make it more accessible, more cleaner and more crisper. One of them is the prologue, which does sort of ease you in. But then you've got other things such as the tactical map where you can zoom out, and it just clarifies the situation, makes it a lot more easier to see what's going on, who's going where, and just allows you sort of more ability to get a handle of what's going on the battlefield.
Yeah, because it is really deep. Because I know this time something also the fans wanted. It's got a lot of politics in it this time around as well, which they pushed heavily, saying that it was a big thing that everyone was asking for. So now that's in there as well, right?
Yeah, they've expanded upon that. I mean, we didn't get to see that because that's one thing that's not explored in the prologue. But we spoke with the lead developers and promised that there's going to be improved decision making, more sort of opportunities for collusion, and to be able to set opposing factions against each other. So we're really looking forward to seeing what they've got up their sleeve.
So summing up then, what we saw, we were really impressed with, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we knew Creative Assembly were going to do a great job on this, and everything we're seeing on this seems to improve on the series in the right way. So we're just going to be waiting until September 3rd now to see how the final product shapes up. But it's looking really, really good.
Okay, well that was our preview of Rome 2 Total War. If you want to read Alex's written preview, head on over to CVG now, and also check out the developer interviews we've got on the channel for a bit more on Rome 2 Total War, and stay tuned for more information in the near future.
Equites! As you command!